What's up everyone, Zach here, and welcome to a quick channel updates for Helthurius Games. It's been a little bit, so I just wanted to sort of recap what I've been working on, where the channel's at, and all that good stuff. So sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Right, so let's go ahead and start with the channel. The channel has reached 100 subscribers, so thank you very much for that. Last count was around 106 when I viewed it last, but it seems to be going up. The popular videos on the channel right now are the UE4 to UE5 conversion for Night of the Forgotten Realm, also the last 6 months of game development recap video, and then also the Born Punk showcase as well. Speaking of Born Punk's demo is now live on Steam. So if you thought that video was interesting and the game looked interesting, you can go download the demo now and check it out as well. But make sure you wishlist it, because wishlists do help indie developers out quite a bit. I'll be making more of those videos. It just really boils down to finding ones that I want to showcase that are in the right spot of their development. There's one that I'm just waiting for one last bit before I showcase it, and then for others, it's just trying to get a hold of builds that I can take a look at and make videos for. But I'm also thinking about taking a look at games that have already released fairly recently, but maybe aren't getting enough love, right? To show off those two. So there's going to be plenty of those indie showcases around the corner. Those will be good supplemental videos in between game dev vlogs, as well as game dev educational videos like the how much do indie games cost to make video that I released. I want to make more videos like that, providing tips and tricks that I learn, as well as just topics relating to the game industry as well as a whole. So be on the lookout for those. That said, don't think that that's going to be coming out very soon. The reason for that is I'm going to be going on vacation to the EU very shortly, and I'll be gone for basically the rest of August. So videos will resume in September. And so a little bit of a segue into game development. Game development has slowed a little bit as well. Not only the trip planning, but also on top of that, there's been a lot of games that I just wanted to play recently. And so as I put on Twitter, make sure to follow Helthurius Games on Twitter. The link will be down below. I do balance my time quite a lot. I'm 27 now. I know how I am. I suffered through mental health issues early on in my life and recovered because I learned my limits. And so as a result, I try not to overdo things that I consider hobbies, because then they feel like jobs and then nothing gets done. So as a result, when it comes to Night of the Forgotten Realm, I always still work a little bit on it every single day. But that may be 5 minutes to 30 minutes a day versus 3 or 4 hours a day, like in the first 6 months of the project. So overall, I'm working on it, because I do a lot of work on the weekends, about 1 to 2 hours a day on the project. And that's not just in the engine too. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do outside the engine. Like I'm trying to prepare an opening cinematic right now, which involves creating the world map for Osteria, the human realm and Night of the Forgotten Realm. And then also I'm working on the website as well. I'm gonna then have to work on the Steam profile. There's a lot of stuff as a solo developer that I never really appreciated gets done in the background when people are making a game on their own. That has to get done in the background. There's a lot of extra work that's not in the engine that has to be done. And so I've been focusing a lot on that, and it's been taking a little bit of time. But thankfully, I think that once Alpha 2 is out, which I'm hoping is by the end of September, that will start to be a bit easier to manage, because I'll have a lot of that legwork done, and then it'll just be the Steam profile and then the whole UI revamp for Alpha 3. And then releasing Alpha 3, which I think will probably be by the end of November, but who knows? It might take a little bit longer, so don't hold me to that, right? And then when it comes to Alpha 4, that will be just a lot of polish, making sure the demo is ready to go, and it's super polished for people to take a look at on Steam. There will be a demo on Steam for Alpha 3, but Alpha 4 will be even more polished. And then, beyond that, there'll just be betas that will be internally tested with a select number of testers to make sure there's no crashing issues, no random catastrophic bugs, and stuff like that leading up to launch, which I'm hoping will be sometime late Q1 or Q2 of next year. It's taken a lot longer than I expected because, like I said, I had a new shiny with game development early on. So I was like, oh, wow, I'm always going to be working on this 3 to 4 hours a day. And it's going to get done so fast. And I'm going to be able to do such a small scope because it's my first commercial game. And no, it's just not how it works. New shiny wore off a little bit. It started feeling a bit like a job when I started encountering some issues. So I wanted to, pare it down a little bit and make sure that it was still fun and continues to be fun, because in the end, it's better to delay things than to rush out a project that you're not proud of. And that was the initial scope of The Forgotten Realm, was a project that I was expecting not to be super proud of, but I just wanted to get my first commercial game under my belt and call it good. But I completely forgot the fact that I'm a perfectionist. I want to make sure that what I release to the world, especially if I want you to spend money on it, that it's a really good experience, that it's something that you'll look back on like, wow, that was actually a really fun time. Even if it's just an hour, wow, that was a really cool hour. I can't wait to see a more fully fledged, fully featured game, by Helthurius Games. So that's really where I'm at with The Forgotten Realm, is this sort of continuing to work on Alpha 2, realizing that things have slowed a little bit, but that's mainly because Alpha 2 has expanded in scope quite a lot too. It's not just, working on Combat 2.0 and some AI fixes and stuff like that. I expanded it to have a bit more of an opening cinematics. I was just going to do 1, then I decided to do, let's go into 2. I'll just go and do the voice work and and just have text or whatever. I'm going to go and get the world map done. I'm going to get everything pretty much done, so that way it's pretty much edited. It just needs to be, more fine-tuned and polished editing-wise. And then I'm also going to get a title card. I'm going to, get a bunch of other stuff done. I'm going to go to make a flashback tutorial sequence. There's some other stuff that I added on top of it that also has to be polished that I didn't account for in my initial timeline. So things have slowed a little bit. When I get back in September, I'll have some footage of the tutorial. And just sort of discuss, what my thought process was with the tutorial. So that way, when you're making a tutorial for your game, if you are a game developer, maybe you'll look at it and be like, oh, that makes sense. Maybe I'll do that in my game. Just to sort of describe my thought process of, okay, I wanted it to tie into the story. I wanted to make sure it broke up the story elements, because there's an opening cinematic, title card, opening cinematic, and then I want to have that flashback tutorial sequence so that way you can, have hands-on with the game for a little bit before you have, some more story where you don't have as much combat going on. So I wanted to break up the storytelling, but also allow you to have a soft introduction to the game, so you feel like it's more fair when you're dropped in and have to, go into the abandoned forest. So yeah. That's really where things are at right now. And that's, what I've been working on, just, trying to get everything ready for Alpha 2 and as we head into Alpha 3, which will be very exciting because all the UI will be revamped and yeah, and the channel doing as well as it has right now. I am very shocked, quite honestly, because I don't produce a lot of videos, and they've all been just outperforming my old channel that had a lot more subscribers. And it just goes to show that if YouTube puts you in a box, you're gonna stay in that box, and if you leave that box, you're gonna suffer for it. Instead of seeing 10 to 20 subscribers drop off a video, now I see a couple subscribers trickle in, and I see positive viewership growth. It's really cool just to see positivity, right? Instead of a bunch of negativity, which is what the old channel was. That said, my name is Zach. I hope you all have a great rest of your month. You can follow me on Twitter at Helthurius Games, and I'll be sure to update you all on what I'm doing, throughout the rest of August. I might make a couple photos from when I'm on vacation, just to show you all where I'm at and what I've been up to. So yeah, my name is Zach, and I'll catch you all next time.